Okay, for the forms challenge, we're going to be doing several different things. So the first of which is to make a copy of a form and make some changes. So to make a copy of the form, we're just going to click on this link and click the link underneath it. And what that does is it's going to force us to make a copy of a Google form I've already made for you. So we just click make a copy. And this is making a copy of a form I've already made. This is a Google form that's how to make money 101. And I've made some changes in it, but we need to make some of ourselves. So to get started, let's go back to our directions. It says the first thing we need to do is separate the first and last name into two questions. Okay, so let's go back to our Google form. And let's see where we see the name. It says first and last name. So right now it's asking that question in one. So first and last name are going to go in the same field. We're going to separate that to first name and last name. So let's do this. Let's click on this. And we can add another question just by clicking the plus sign. And we're going to make this question last name. You'll notice that Google detected that the question last name should be a short answer because I could choose from any of these options here on what type of question it'd be. It's not a multiple choice. It's going to be a short answer. So I've got the last name ready. And so I just need to change this one to first name. So first name. I'm going to delete this direction here that says first and last name. So now I've got it changed. First name and last name. The next question is to change the best time to reach you during the day to a time question type. Okay, let's go over to our Google form. Scroll down just a little bit and I see the question, best time to reach you during the day. Right now it's a short answer where they have to type it in. Well, let's change that by clicking the drop-down menu and changing it to time. That way they have to put down an accurate time. Let's go back to our directions. The next step says to add a second section to the form where we're going to ask for the person's physical address in paragraph form question. All right, there's a lot to do there. First step is to add a second section to it. So what I want to do is go back to my form, go all the way to the bottom. I'm going to click the last question, and I'm going to click this button over here. It says add a section. If I click another question, and I hit add section, it's going to section it off right here. So this would be part of the first section and this would be the second. I don't want that. So I'm going to click the last question and click add section. If for some reason you mess that up, so I'm going to delete this and just tell you what a lot of people do if we're not paying attention. We can just click on this one and we hit add section and look, it made that last question go into the second section. If we do that, it's not a big deal. We can just click that question with these 6 dots here and drag it up there. No worries. All right. So we've made our second section and it says ask for the person's physical address in paragraph form question. All right. So we're going to go over to our second section. We're going to add a question and ask them for their address. What is your address? And the direction said in paragraph form. So short answer would just be one little field where they could type. We want to give them more space, so maybe a paragraph form. All right. The last step to this is where we're going to do some of the changes in Google Forms based on how they respond. If a student answers, rob a bank is the best way to make a bunch of money, have them redirected to the second section. The rest of the answers can be directed to have the form submitted. So what that's saying is, up here on this question, what is the best way to make a bunch of money? If they answer rob a bank, we want to ask them for their address. But if they answer anything else, we just want them to finish the form and they're good to go. So here's what we do. We click on the question, what is the best way to make a bunch of money in the real world? Click the 3 dots down here. And click go to section based on answer. And then this is going to come up. So if they click earn it, it's going to go to the next section, which means it's going to ask them their address. We don't want it to. When they click earn it, we want to change that to submit form. If they say lottery, we don't care about that. We want them to submit form. If they answer rob a bank, yeah, we definitely want to ask them that question. But hope that someone writes you into their will. No, we don't care about that. We'll hit submit form. So that way, if they answer any of these questions, the form is over. But if they answer this specific one, it's going to ask them for their address. That's it for Google Forms. That was a pretty big one. There was a lot of steps to that. We had to change some questions, we had to add a section, and we had to do different sections based on their answer. A lot of stuff there, but you did a great job.